like around a month ago. The work was there. The work was revealed on the Fourth Plinth. It is one of the biggest work that has ever been on the Fourth Plinth. It is called The End by Heather Phillipson, who is a British female artist, often really quirky, really like tongue-in-cheek kind of way. And she wore a blue glitter pants to the opening.
Yeah.
The work essentially is a blob of sundae ice cream melting over.
Like a 99.
Well,
Yeah.
It's only the whipped cream though.
Yeah, it's a whipped
it's
cream,
whipped cream,
but
okay.
it kind of resembles like a sundae as well.
It has
It's
the
got cherry on
top.
top,
Yeah.
and then it's like dribbling, melting over the plinth itself. So it's
Okay.
actually bigger than the plinth. It's fucking huge.
And it has
it's
like
got,
a fly landed on a side, and
yeah,
on the other side a drone landed.
yeah, and you can live stream what the drone is seeing through the internet.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi guys,
Chart.
welcome to Chart,
Greetings.
where we chat about art.
Well, this is actually Crack Open a Cold.
Oh,
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 welcome to
wait.
let's
Crack
see.
on the Cohen with the boys and the girls.
Okay, so the question is, what Disney character do you see yourself as, or would you be, and who do you think the other three would be?
Okay, so I think that I would be. As a kid, my favorite character was Robin Hood. You know the fox.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's
And
British.
because,
Yeah.
you know, he's British. He shoots with a bow and
Bow,
arrow, which is
yeah.
cool. Plus, when I was in Ireland, I discovered that's my superpower. I am insanely good at shooting with a bow and arrow. I have insane aim. But anyway, plus he lives in a forest, which is cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be Robin Hood. Yeah, and he's an anarchist.
Felix, yeah.
I know what you mean, but for some reason the Snow White thing has really stuck in my mind.
Mara's convinced now. It's Snow
But
White.
it's changing her views. No
I
more
just think
tomorrow.
that one makes
But-
more sense.
Yeah, Snow White is the best one.
Thank you,
Sort of like-
guys.
It makes so much sense. It's so weird. Okay. Ben, who do you see yourself as?
Oh, I would go for Tarzan then. Feel like a bit adventurous,
You sleep naked, so
sleep naked.
Yeah.
I have no definitive answer. I'm curious to know what your ideas are
Okay.
to reshape my.
Don't get upset.
Oh boy.
It's in between two for me.
I think I have one.
They're both quite bad, but there's nice reasons. One
Okay.
of them is the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, but when he becomes a human,
Okay.
because you kind of just look like that.
Does he?
I
He
don't know why.
had like blonde, long hair, and not a beard.
I haven't watched it in a while, but he's
Okay.
just, like nice. The Beast is nice. He's misunderstood, but he's nice. Okay. But also, this is slightly worse.
You're a
remind
tyrant.
me of Flounder, the fish in Ariel.
Oh,
Because you
Flounder.
just have that
Yellow
blue-eyed, I don't know how to explain it. Like stripe here, he's got a stripe there. You're nice. You're nice to be around. You're not rude like other people in this group. That's really it for me.
I like the Beast more, but
So now that we talk about the Beauty and the Beast,
Okay.
no, you can't. I was gonna say he looks like Gaston.
no, I wasn't gonna say just
Oh,
Gaston. I was
Wow.
gonna say another one.
oh no.
But now that
Oh,
you
no,
started,
it's
go
gonna be
ahead,
the-
Kristy.
It's going to be the candle holder or something.
It's even worse than the candle.
Oh no!
oh, is it the
clock.
huge clock?
The
It's
clock,
the
yeah.
clock.
Like,
Oh.
he just gave me the clock vibe. I don't know why.
Yes.
Like
He
not
is
not,
the
not
clock
like
vibe.
not like character wise, but like when I look at
I
the
don't-
clock, I
yeah.
see a resemblance. I cannot
Yeah.
explain.
And he can sing really well too.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
he
the
is
clock
the
doesn't
clock.
sing. But yeah,
Do you know
No,
why?
no.
no, he
Because
doesn't. Like
I think the clock has a mature feel,
Elegance.
I
and
have to
Finn
research.
is quite like an old soul, I think.
Plus, it was voiced by Ian McKellen in the new movie,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and he is
He's cool.
Gandalf. Therefore,
That clock? Okay.
yeah, that clock.
Okay, I think
But that is just like vibe-wise. Like, I just look at the clock and I kind of look at you and I'm like, the clock. But like character-wise, I think Finn.
I feel like I'm getting just.
I think it's even worse than the clock.
Oh no, he's
How do
gonna
you-
get so upset about all of these.
How do you call that movie where the Incan emperor is transformed into a
Cusco.
llama?
Cusco.
Yes.
Don't say
The
the
Emperor's
llama.
New Vibe or
I'm
something.
not gonna say the llama, no. But you know the movie I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not,
in
not
Spanish it's
Kong,
called-
right?
In Spanish, it's called The Emperor and His Madness. I don't know how it's called in English.
It's called. Is it the Emperor's New
Isn't it
Vibe? It's like
Cusco?
Emperor's New
something
Vibe,
new
right.
clothes
Oh.
or something. I don't
No,
know.
it's not Krog.
Oh.
Krog is my favorite character ever.
For fuck's sake.
I was gonna say the guy who helps the llama. The what's his name? Like the guy with the
The
green.
guy with the green cape.
Yes.
Why am I him?
I don't like. He looks like calm and I don't know, fatherly the way you do.
Nice natured.
Yeah.
Kind.
So last
What?
episode you killed me.
And he cooks, I think. Doesn't he?
That's like your justification.
Well, I
Oh, I
think
think he did.
I'm just guiding. I'm just looking at.
Oh,
You call me
no.
Jafar. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but Jafar is.
I don't think
cool.
that's
You-
bad. I'd really be quite
Well,
happy with that.
This guy is cool. He has like
But
a
it's like
family
you
and a
said-
house.
you
I don't
said-
have any of those things.
Finn said, "Oh, is it this guy?" I said, "Oh no, that's my favorite character." And then you pick someone else to describe Finn.
No, but no, I said
You know
Gronk is my favorite character.
Yeah. And you said that's my favorite character, but you know, like not like
But
that
because
one's
Gronk
Finn.
is my favorite because he's an idiot and he's hilarious. That Finn is not an idiot.
Okay,
For a minute, I'd say you. I thought you
imagine
could say he's not hilarious, but
he
it's
could have made it worse.
Finn is not funny. I would never compare him to Gronk.
Chrissy, what do
please,
you
Kristy,
think
make
about
it better.
all of this?
Because this
No,
is
I
not
said
getting.
he looks like Gaston.
Thank you. I like that.
That's
Although
nice. Yeah.
You like Gaston?
Because-
Gaston is a
Because
dickhead.
he can sing. He's a bit of a dickhead, but like he's a bit of like a womanizer, sings a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like
He
that
goes to
kind
the
of
gym,
resembles Finn.
Yeah.
Well, I think in short, Finn is the embodiment of Beauty and the Beast. The whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
The whole fucking
Movie
cast.
is-
Right?
Yeah.
so
he
I'm
is.
Every character in Beauty and the
terrifying.
Beast.
Yeah, so I'm
No,
terrifying.
essentially
to...
just greatness.
Oh, okay.
Because it's such a good one. It's such a good
Really like
Disney
that.
thing.
Yeah. I just realized that the one who
Yeah, it's
does
such a good
is
movie.
Ratatouille. I should have said Ratatouille, but no.
I don't know if that's Disney, if that's
Oh.
the other one.
I think it's Pixar, right?
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
Pixar, yeah.
No, I think it's Pixar.
It's Pixar, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's Pixar.
Christy, who do you see yourself as?
I think I'm Sleeping Beauty because I love sleeping.
Okay.
I was
And
going to say Mara. for that
and I
one.
always, yeah, when I was a kid, I just loved pink, and she was always wearing pink, and I was like,
Okay.
wow, spirit fucking animal.
I love how
That's
that's
it.
all
really, but-
needed.
She wears pink. I like to sleep.
I see
Enough.
Christy as the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland.
As who?
The Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland.
Nice.
You know the like
Oh,
stripy purple
But-
cat.
I don't see her like that, but
Nah, I
yeah.
don't see it, Cheshire.
No.
No. Now that you say Alice in the Wonderland, I really see Kristy as the Red Queen.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Just wearing that, like playing
Is
golf
it
with
because of the
flamingos. I see that, yeah.
hair?
Out of
Oh,
all
that's
those four, the one who would make sense
Oh,
playing
yeah.
golf with flamingos, that's Kristy, yeah.
okay.
I
fine.
saw you as the main character of the film Brave.
Oh, the ginger chick.
Oh, I
Is that who
loved
that is?
her.
Yeah,
What's
because she's
her
just
name?
badass. She just does her thing.
I
She's-
can't aim though.
Yeah, but
She
you
can
know
shoot arrows really well.
That's okay.
that's okay.
Oh,
you don't
thank
have
you.
to
That is so flattering.
see. I'm nice.
Wow.
Unlike
Cheshire Cat's
that is
nice.
really
It
nice.
does loads of stuff.
well, not
Yeah,
nice
it
to me,
does.
but fine.
But it's a bit bitchy, isn't it? Cheshire Cat is a bit like
Everyone,
but I
everyone,
like it.
everyone in Wonderland is an asshole.
The
Makes sense.
Cheshire Cat is
Yeah.
like colourful, like pop here, pop there, pop here. I don't know,
Yeah, but-
smiley. I see Kristy as cheeky, and the Cheshire Cat in my mind is just cheeky.
I would never trust the Cheshire Cat, but I would trust Kristy, so that's kind of the big difference.
I'm
But that's like-
trustworthy, cheeky.
Yes.
That is a very hard combination, and she's managed it. I always wanted to be Tarzan or Ariel. I liked
Why?
because when I was younger, I was a bit more of a tomboy, and I liked like climbing stuff, and I liked like adventure, and I liked that kind of building things. And Tarzan was just like sort himself out kind of vibe. I loved it.
Yeah.
Swung from a tree. That would be my dream. Ariel, it's more about the living in the sea bit that really intrigues me, and she's like cute looking and, you know, a bit clueless. I don't know. I like her vibe. I wanted her hair, but I don't
Okay.
suit a side part, so I can't. I've spent too much on my hair to look like this.
Like
I've spent way too much. Like I cannot do that right now.
I think Mara would
I just
be.
feel like it's going to be rude.
I'm torn between Cruella de Vil and the old woman in Emperor's New Ground.
Well, I actually,
This one. The one like this.
The one that's like old as fuck, and she's called. What's her name?
is it the one that makes the potions?
Yeah, that one.
Why?
No, I
Wrong
don't
lever,
remember.
Kronk. That one.
Why?
I don't know. When I see her, I see you. So
Well,
it's
I
the
was-
vibe.
I was thinking about another
She's
villain.
complaining about a lot of things all the time, and you're complaining about a lot of things all the time.
There's nothing else to do in life than to complain.
Well, you call me Jafar, and she called me Snow White. I'm sorry.
You don't need revenge. You just need
It's
to
not
be
revenge. I'm genuinely when I look at that old
I'm
woman.
really stressed about the one in the Emperor's New Vibe. Like that one really, I'm stressed about. Credit the Vil, I understand. I wear a furry coat. You know, she's
Yeah.
a bit. She has her
Weird.
own plans.
She's an icon, though.
She's entrepreneurial. She's an icon.
Entrepreneurial.
With like a few screws loose, but anyway.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's more fun that way.
True. But I saw you more as another villain, actually. I saw you a little bit as the villain of Sleeping Beauty.
Who is that?
Maleficent.
The green, she's green, she has horns.
Is that her actual name?
I think Maleficent is her
Maleficent, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, think about the movie. It's Angelina Jolie that plays it.
I love how
What
thin the fence.
Phenomenal cheekbones.
I don't have
Phenomenal
normal cheekbones. That's a lie. And
Yeah, that's
she's
true, but-
also, she's like,
I love how thin is like.
She's
They're like,
so
no, but you're
cool.
funny because you're being this way. I'm like, haha, you're old.
No, but the reason is because she's very like proud. She has a very proud aesthetic, and you're very proud in your looks. That's. It's not about
okay,
the
I see
villain
you mean
part.
the confidence.
Yeah, it's the confidence. It's not the
Okay,
villain part.
I'll accept it.
But it's like when she in the cartoon, not cartoon movie. Anyway, in the movie, when she comes down the stairs to the dungeons, she's like really proud.
got like some,
she has
you know,
I
amazing
her
remember
dress.
that.
stick.
Okay, thank you so much, Finn, for justifying it in such a nice way.
See, I'm nice. You called me. I don't know, even remember because it was that traumatic. But anyway,
It wasn't. It was the
It was the
beast who
clock.
becomes a prince.
okay, true.
The clock who becomes a
And
butler.
He said you were a clock. I said you were like some guy who's like a prince in the end and like really good looking. Like
Like, when did
hair
this
like
turn into
this.
like us flattering each other? This is supposed to be
it's
insulting.
not.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
meant to be. It's the truth. That's how I felt.
Thank
Okay,
you for-
Kristy, I'm
Yeah.
ready for your interpretation.
I feel like you're the really pretty gypsy. Hunchback.
I forgot about the gypsies.
Yes,
Esmeralda.
that's the best one.
She's really pretty.
Yeah.
That's true. She's
very,
pretty.
like-
And she's a gypsy.
She's
Yeah.
She lives with a goat like you.
she's also entrepreneurial because
Yeah.
she dances for money or something.
Yeah.
I'm so
And she gets a nice Jewish boyfriend at the end.
Yeah.
I'm the rudest one has been Javier. That was the rudest one. It's like he tried to find honestly the worst person.
You call me Jafar.
Jafar is cool. I'd be so
Jafar's
happy
really
if
cool.
someone
So
called me
is the
Jafar.
woman in
She's
Emperor's
not
New Vibe.
cool.
She's very cool.
No, she's
It's
not
wor-
cool.
I could have called you Kronk. That's even worse.
Kronk
Okay.
is like nice and you can have a laugh.
I'd
with
quite
him.
like to be Kronk.
Kronk is
Actually,
the
the
best
more I think about
character
it,
ever.
Okay, I like. No feelings have been hurt during this recording. We're
Of course.
fine.
Of course.
Let's move on to the
we're still
meat
friends.
of this episode. I don't know if Finn will be able to.
Get
Move
over
on.
it.
No, it's okay. I just need a week every time. Last week he killed me. It took me a week. I'm fine. Now I'm a clock. It will take me a week, but after that I'm fine.
For me, the most insulting was also from Javier. I don't know if he purposefully sabotaged us and tried to find the worst thing possible.
I think he
called you
just
Kronk
likes.
the Beagle.
I think he just dislikes Aries. He's like
Yeah.
they're too cool.
We're too powerful.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just need
You
any
can make
opportunity.
potions, and he can like tell the hour. So
Yeah, but you are Jafar. You have the
yeah,
whole.
I have like wizardry, and I have a
Yeah.
parrot.
But you die in the end. So
Well,
no, you get
tough-
captured in
tough-
a lamp.
Tough life.
Okay, let's move on to the episode. That was very eye-opening.
Yeah, we did an episode just about Fourth Plinth, the background of it, so have a look if you don't know. If you do know, if you've followed us, then you know that I fucking love the Fourth Plinth. And recently, so basically what they do is that they put on a new work every single year-ish. And the new work was supposed to be on this March, but obviously the pandemic happened and it's supposed to be a public piece of work, so it was postponed. And like around a month ago, the work was there. The work was revealed on the Fourth Plinth. It is one of the biggest work that has ever been on the Fourth Plinth. It is called The End by Heather Phillipson, who is a British female artist, often really quirky, really like tongue-in-cheek kind of way. And she wore a blue glitter pants to the opening.
Yeah.
The work essentially is a blob of sundae ice cream melting
99.
over.
Like a 99.
Well,
Yeah.
it's only the whipped cream though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
it's
whipped
whipped
cream,
cream,
but
okay.
it kind of resembles like a sundae as well.
It has
It's
the
got cherry
on
on top,
Yeah.
and it's like dribbling, melting over the plinth itself. So it's
Okay.
actually bigger than a plinth. It's fucking
And-
huge.
And it
And
has
it's
like
got,
a fly landed on a side, and
yeah,
on the other side a drone landed.
yeah. And you can live stream what the drone is seeing through the
Oh.
internet.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Probably not very much, to be honest. But
Okay, just
What?
well, like it's probably not seeing much. There's not like a million people. It's not like
No, you
tourists
actually can
and-
see a lot of people. Like a lot of people
okay.
are actually super interested in it. I've walked past / cycle past it many times.
Have you walked past and then looked at the live stream as you were there?
No, because
No.
I'm always walking / well, I wasn't actually walking. I'm always on the bike when I go past it. So I'm more like fuck traffic, fuck
It would be
people.
so cool if all of us could go there and then take a screenshot of us looking at it.
Yeah,
That
oh
would
my
be
god,
cool.
that'd be
That-
so
that would be
nice.
very cool.
That
Yeah.
would be the chat reunion picture.
Yeah.
Like we're,
Yeah.
we're
So
back
nice.
together.
A huge
Possess.
hug in front of it.
Okay,
Good hug.
The group hug.
just so
Corona.
audiences know who here liked the plinth, who here didn't. So we
I
have
liked
the
it.
I
sides.
love it.
I think it's so gross.
I think it's horrible.
I wish to set it on fire.
Okay, let's do it. Why do you hate it?
But do we know anything about, like, what is it? Like, why?
Okay, so
Like, can
About
someone
that.
explain?
first of all, aesthetically I hate it. Like it's just I don't like.
Same,
it.
aesthetically,
Like when I
it's
look at it,
horrible.
but then I try to go into what it might mean. And what I've come up with is the following. So the sundae ice cream thingy, right, kind of resembles the shape of a turd, right?
Yeah.
That's why there's a fly on it, and that's why there's a drone on it. So what I'm thinking is,
But what do you mean that's
Um,
why there's a drone on it?
so hear me out. Let's see, it will make sense. So I think it's a metaphor for sugarcoating things, right? And the drone kind of represents modernity and how, like, I don't know, maybe the consumeristic and postmodern world of capitalism and all that is feeding of shit that is sugar coated by companies and systems and all that as something beautiful.
It's almost like you really do make the distinction between the fly and the drone, like, because it's like the drone is the electric version of the fly.
Yeah,
That's when that's what I first think.
I think that's why the fly is there, so you can identify what the drone means, and
yeah,
I think
the
that's
drone
what it
alone,
means.
I wouldn't really associate as a fly.
I think I
That's
maybe
good.
would, maybe you would end up, but I think the fly gives you the clue you need to see the similarity between the ice cream and the turd.
But I think that's the Fourth Plinth generally has to give the story away a bit quicker, because you have generally loads of tourists who are walking around and looking at it. They no one's really going to sit there and Google what it means and what it is.
True.
But why?
So that's the thing. Like, if this is the meaning, and I haven't given a thought to see if I can get any further, but I just don't already like the way it's saying this. I think it's a very typical message. It's just, I'm just tired of having artworks telling me the same thing.
Message, like, what's the I don't really understand what the message is.
So what she said, that it's a gesture towards the excesses of globalized society, and that the drone, because it's so close to the Houses of Parliament, is kind of a comment on the institutionalized surveillance. So the panopticon.
Good old panopticon.
We'll do an episode on that. It's a bit too...
Okay, so the panopticon is this. I think we've explained it some time before. Anyways,
just a quick one.
The panopticon is the idea that you're being watched even when you're not. So that's a very quick summary. It comes from this design of a...
What are you doing? My mum's like, doesn't want to be in the thing.
She's
climbing. You can just walk by. It's okay, mummy.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead. The panopticon.
So the panopticon comes from this design of a jailhouse where there's a central tower, and from which a watchman can see every cell. So the point of it is that even when you're in the cell, even if you don't see the watchman in the tower, you are afraid that it might be watching. So that translates into,
fear and
surveillance. And so how it would translate into modern world is you know there's cameras around you. You may not see them, and you don't know if there's actually watching what the camera is seeing, but because you know it might, you behave because you're under the scrutiny of something.
Okay. Yeah. I think, works on surveillance is obviously very interesting, because it's something that is a bit more to do with our modern world, and literally everywhere you go there is CCTV in London. Like, I'm not sure you can step anywhere without it being there. And,
I mean, like, there's a thing that says if you go out in London, you'll probably get photographed at least 200 times a day, or be in a camera at least 200 times.
I don't know what the justification always is for having so much. I guess like things like crime is very important, but I think there's also this element that it feels like control, that the government have control over the people, that it can watch you from anywhere. So I get why it's saying that. I don't really understand why why she had to say that with such an ugly sculpture.
But then it's not only about surveillance.
We have to move past words like ugly and beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Javier, is it ugly?
I think I aesthetically don't like it, but I wouldn't call it ugly.
I think it's strongly unattractive, slightly repulsive.
I think it's a very
I think
simple...
repulsive things can be beautiful, if they have the meaning.
For me, it's the fly. It's the fact that when a fly lands on my food, I'm like, ugh. And it makes me feel that way, and it's enormous. So I'm like, oh.
I haven't seen it in real life yet, so I don't know.
I haven't seen it either, but Kristy keeps saying it's enormous.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's 9.3 meters.
That's too big.
That's huge.
That one, this one,
huge.
The high
it doesn't look that tall in pictures.
But the fly is not 9 meters, right?
No. The fly is quite big.
If the fly was 9 meters.
Oh my god.
I would
tall thing,
Just imagine.
Oh my god, imagine
So
if
it's
someone
fun.
just put like dangly long legs on it.
Oh,
It would be like Maman.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not necessarily only about surveillance, because like she says, uh, she said it gives a sense of something on the verge of collapse, and it's called the end because she felt like it's almost the end of, you know, public art being useful.
I mean, at the same time, in our circumstance right now,
Postmodernism much.
in our
Yeah.
circumstances right now, like the pandemic, it feels very like topical.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
The
And,
surveillance
Yeah.
thing less so, but the
And she
like,
also responded to that it, you know, the pandemic just brings a different resonance and it attunes them to a slightly higher frequency in terms of the idea of the end.
yeah,
But then she was also saying like there's also possibility of something else forming, that there's a chance of radical change and there's potentially hope for something else. I think that's
I think that's
stretching it a
literally
little
the
bit too
message that
far.
that's a bit
every
like
artwork
I
gives every
don't
time there's a major event happening.
I
I
think
see that.
yeah, I think it's stretching it a little bit too far with that one. But then what I really love is that because it's so fucking huge and it's got everything that, you know, it's moving, the drones are moving, there's a fucking fly. You would want to look at it and you would want to know what the fuck is it. And I think that's something that a lot of Fourth Plinth's work didn't manage to do. And
Right.
this
So
one
being-
managed to.
Being
yeah,
striking.
that's true.
Yeah. Like striking in a good way, because it will definitely remind you of
Right. Yeah.
surveillance.
I think
At
the
least.
like some of them you look at and you're like, I know what that is, like that big
Yeah.
thumbs up, really good.
Yeah.
You're like, I know what that means. But the like gift horse, I've always struggled with. It's called gift horse, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hantaku.
Like to me, it's too layered with
Yeah.
what it means, and
It's too deep.
It's too
Yeah.
deep, and it's interesting for us, but
Yeah.
you know, the typical person going around Trafalgar Square is not going to be like, wonder what that means though.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
a cool skeleton for
Yeah.
them.
And I think like the end strikes like the perfect balance between striking and also kind of addressing something that is more than really good or more than the cock, the blue chicken.
Cock.
I mean, obviously, like the blue chicken, it has so much substance in it in terms of what it's referring, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to kind of make the connection immediately. While the blob of cream,
the blob.
the end, I think the first thing you'll think about is technology and surveillance. And I think that's really powerful. I mean, it'll probably take you some time to figure out why the fucking cream.
But without the drone, to me, it wouldn't be interesting.
No. But then you wouldn't really see them without something, you know? Because like it's thought out, so you can't really omit certain parts of it.
I still find it deeply unattractive, but I think maybe it is meant to make you feel a little bit icky because of the fly on the food. Like that bothers me a lot.
I like the fly on it, because otherwise I feel like if you just put on the drone, it would not come across. Because like it's you have that saying putting a cherry on top, but the blob is kind of melting over it.
Yes, all the elements are important, but as a look, I'm not into it. But and then I'm also not interested enough in what it represents to forgive it for the way it looks, like I do with those of artworks. You know, you look at it and you go, what is that? And then you learn about it and you go, oh my god, I love it, like it makes so much sense. This one I don't, you know, that doesn't justify it enough for me with how icky I feel when I look at it.
That's true, but it's so striking when you walk into Trafalgar Square. It's
9 meters.
such an eye catcher.
Yeah.
And
it's amazing. Like I love it, and it's
that's
so
why I
big.
really like it.
And
I'll have to go to Trafalgar Square and see what my
yeah,
impressions are.
please do. But like also a sense of urgency to lick it and to save it. And I don't know, like but I mean with the fly, it's kind of like it's something that is corroding.
Also, flies live for like a week, and so
Really?
they're like, yeah, something like that. And then the ice cream is melting, so urgency because the fly is gonna die. And maybe this is
But
stretching too far, but
I feel like usually we have so much more to say about an artwork, and this one there is just not enough.
I
No,
think
there-
we are saying
mean,
a
I
lot.
don't know.
yeah. The thing for me is that I can say a lot, but I have the feeling that it's something that I've been told by so many artworks already.
Yeah.
Just another one. I'm like, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe if in person, it's very striking and aesthetically, I'm like, oh, fine, nice. But like the meaning behind it, I just cannot be bothered.
No.
I definitely agree with how it's something that's been said so many times. Just
Yeah.
like how
Vibes.
the surveillance work is called the Night Watch. Francis Ellis.
The Night Watch.
I know which one you mean, and that one has
That was
like
cool.
that's what I thought about when you first said surveillance.
2004. Francis
Belgian
Ellis
guy.
is a Belgian guy. That's why he's
Francis
like fucking going
Ellis.
nuts.
My God.
Also on Google, the first thing that I can find is, can the Queen's Guard hit you?
Either way, that's an important work on surveillance.
I really like
But I know it was obviously not made knowing what would happen this year.
No.
Yeah, it's made in. It's been pitched in 2016.
But I feel like, the title works very well in terms of what's
Yeah.
going on. Finn, did you like it before you saw it?
When I saw it just online, I was a bit not really my thing. When I saw it live, I was like, okay, but like I definitely agree with Javier. It's not that I haven't heard about this topic before, and it's not groundbreaking any new topics.
Yeah,
But-
no.
Like in the Fourth Plinth category, I like it because it's such an eye catcher, and it's easier for passersby to look at it and be
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's a lot more successful than the previous two
Yeah.
eye-catching ones
Yeah.
comparatively.
But I don't really like the title with the work though.
Do you know what? I
Yeah.
think they're mismatched.
Yeah, I feel that she made the work prior, and then this whole situation happened, and it
Let me
inspired her name.
No, it's been always called The End.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since 2016.
It does
It's
feel
been titled in 2016.
Once again,
I don't-
perfectly timed its installation with something relevant.
Maybe she's a prophet.
Ooh. I'm
But
not
you
a big
know,
fan of the title. And
it's mismatched because it feels it's got nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with the drone, it's got nothing to do with the fucking fly, it's got nothing to do with the cherry, it's got nothing to do with it.
well,
I think it's an allusion to postmodernism. The end thing is usually something that they talk about when they do these deconstructive works that are like, this is the end of arts or the end of rock and roll and all these things.
But then she
Yeah.
wasn't really excited about the idea of the end of it, but she's more interested in what's going to come because her works are really cheeky.
Well, yeah, I mean, normally these things are not about, the idea of postmodernism is that when it applied to the arts, I mean, it's not that, modernism is broken and there's nothing following what we have and we can only deconstruct and re-explore and all that. And the point is never to say this is the end, nothing's going to come now. The point is what happens next. That's the big intrigue of postmodernism in the arts. So maybe this is why she called it the end and she's interested in these things.
But for me, it doesn't really reflect in the work. I mean, I only like it because I've seen it live. But now I'm like, that's fine. I can move.
Would you have rathered Untitled?
No.
I don't have a good relationship with Untitled.
Untitled.
I would have rathered
Untitled.
Untitled. I don't
Whenever
care.
I see it in a show that the work is untitled, I'm like,
It
but-
ruins it ruins the bit for me.
What's
honestly.
worse is Untitled in parentheses,
and then-
like boy with a balloon, and it's like, but
Yeah.
could you not? But
Could you not?
could you not have
Please.
like? To me, I like it when a title reveals a part of the work maybe I wouldn't have thought about, or the intention. I really like titles that reveal more information rather than are descriptive of the item or are quote or something. I love that. This does not reveal more information for me personally. I don't feel
the things that make coming up with a good title is so difficult, so difficult that
I know, but
maybe
even if you
some
called it
artist.
the cherry on top, it would have been funny.
Yeah,
I would have like it called the cherry on top.
I would have liked that a bit more.
I would have liked it because the cherry on top represents, this is finished, this is perfect, this is done, and then
Also, the cherry on top, and sometimes it's used in terms of like, we got into a fight and then she punched me in the nose, and that was just the cherry on top.
yeah, it's like
It's like,
That's a great example to explain
it's
it.
just a thing that's like it's just taking it too far.
Yeah.
And that could have been I don't know, in the end just does not reflect the vibe for me personally.
I agree.
So today we've learned that we all somewhat agree about the artwork, and there wasn't much of a fight.
The only fight aesthetically how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it aesthetically.
I like the previous one more, to be honest.
Yeah, the previous one is incredible, but
I keep forgetting. I remember what it's called. I don't remember
the enemy that should not exist.
Yeah,
by Michael
something son.
Ra. Michael Ra. Razuzuski.
It was Alamasu, which is the Assyrian version of a sphinx. When you normally
A winged bull.
No. Well, yeah.
It is. It's a protective winged bull. I think that's the easiest way
with the face of a bearded man.
To remember it. And basically, it's a series of work that Michael has been working on since 2007, ever since ISIS started bombing historical sites. And that the Lama Zeus was one of those that was bombed in Iraq.
Iraq, yeah. Well, ISIS they were iconoclasts, so one thing they did was destroying icons wherever they found.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Taliban in Afghanistan.
So like he's been doing works like this since 2007, and it's just one of the works that's a part of it. And he used syrup date cans, which is the highest export of Iraq. And that is like one of their most important export in terms of like their economy, and that has been completely destroyed due to the war. So it's such a well thought out work.
Yeah, everything
it's beautiful.
You're saying is so layered and
but no one remembered it. That's a problem.
The thing is that if you looked at it and you didn't know what it was about and you wouldn't stop to read about it, you would just think it's a big Lamassu.
You wouldn't even know that it's a Lamassu. You would just be like, oh yeah, it's a thing. Looks like Egyptian.
That's why I think the eye-catching ones always do better.
I'm historically triggered by that.
We might need to conclude.
Yeah.
Okay. So in conclusion, go to the Trafalgar Square, see the Fourth Plinth for yourself, and do tell us
what you think.
Go onto the website, look at yourself through the lens of the camera, wave at it, do whatever the fuck you want.
Take a screenshot, tag us.
Hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. If you especially loved our episode, we would love it if you gave it a 5-star rating and a review, and even consider taking a screenshot of this episode and posting it on your Instagram stories. That way we know that you loved it and other people can find our podcast as well. If you're not subscribed yet, again, what are you doing? Subscribe and get notified every time we publish a new episode. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Chart Podcast, and if you want to see our faces while we talk, find us on YouTube at Chart Podcast as well. We are Chart, and we'll hope we'll meet you again at some point in the near future. Take care. Chart out.
Love you.
See you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.